One thing I will say about Reign of the Seven Spellblades is every episode that I watch makes me love this show more and more. This is really one of the best anime of the season, probably of the year. Like, it's up there. It really is. And this episode was so good, especially with the fact that there's a lot of fighting that was going on here. So, as you know, Mr. Rossi came in here and he's basically jealous of Oliver. He's jealous of the attention Oliver gets. Like, Oliver's just basically been himself. He's been cool. But, you know, there's always a hater. There's always a hater. And no matter what you do, there's always going to be not only someone hating you, but think they're better than you, even when they're not and nowhere near as experienced. The fact of the matter is, regardless of his attitude, Rossi created a tournament of sorts with the different classmates. These are all first years. So they all coming from different parts of the world and all different styles. But yet and still, his tournament is actually pretty interesting. Anyone can fight anyone at any time, and they must have a medal, as they say, but it looks like a coin for the most part. And if whomever after a certain amount of time has a lot of coins, then they're in the finale. They're basically one of the finalists. And then they have a little tournament thing going on. Now, of course, Nanao is a front runner because everyone knows how good she is. And it's actually amazing how good she is. Like, look at this. Look at this. Now that she's learned how to literally change the direction of spells themselves. Her fight with this no-name girl who's supposed to be very quick and whatever. Notice how now her hair's not even going white. Which I wonder if you eagle-eyed viewers even noticed that. The fact is, she didn't even have to be in serious mode to fight this girl that wanted to challenge her for her medal. She didn't have to. Which, of course, her hair turning white is what Oliver was saying, is as if she's like a pure mana. In other words, she's going serious mode. So she's in this fight, didn't even have to use it at all. And so quickly made short work of this character that I honestly had not seen before, and that is trying to challenge now. Once I saw the character come on screen and was just straight up, hey, now let's battle. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna lose. I don't even know who you are. I wonder if you guys have noticed that, like, kind of main characters of importance. Now, this is also true in other anime as well. If they're of some importance, their art style actually matters. Like, their art style is not generic. Like, this girl was no-name girl 12, pretty much. Because I was like, she's the most bland of bland characters. And it's like, oh, I want to fight Nanao. It's like, yeah, I don't know who you are. You're gonna lose. But it was a very good fight. Now, Rossi made a mistake here. Don't ever tick off the main character. Because Oliver's in this battle. He's doing very well, but then Rossi's like they have a little metal thing. I don't even know if all of them have that or not, but he was utilizing it and then punching with the metal piece that you'd use as a shield. And Oliver's just sitting there like, you know what? Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me that I shouldn't go easy on your behind. And he didn't. It opens up the book and seeing how experienced Oliver is. And honestly, the most information out of their battle came afterwards. The girl that basically is the spying on him, watching over him, kind of like a bodyguard, if you will. She, of course, we don't know too much about her, but she kind of spilled the beans on actually some very important information here. Apparently, Oliver is even stronger than we think, which makes sense. I mean, he's the main character, but there was a night in the past where Oliver unleashed his full potential and absolutely was apparently a threat to reckon with. But the girl is saying that he's dulled. She knows how strong he is, but since then he has dulled because his kindness has dulled him. As we know, from what we've seen from all these episodes, Oliver is a very nice and kind person until he has to deal with what has happened with his mother. Then we see another side to him. But the fact that she opened up the fact that she opened up that we can see that Oliver is only going to get better from here, which makes sense. Trust, in the beginning of this series, it seemed like, why is Oliver not as OP as most anime have their main characters? Like, he should be popping off. But you can see the spark of him being very strong. And now each and every episode we understand and we see Oliver was a beast. But as you grow up in age and as the pain kind of lessens and his kindness, if you will, he's not as sharp as he once was. But a fight like Mr. Rossi, he starts to kind of blossom, if you will. So there's going to be definitely a moment where he's going to be even better. And even Oliver said himself that he's actually jealous, Mr. Rossi, because the fact is he sees the raw talent in Rossi, but he had to school him and be like, look, you have some great potential, dude, with your fighting style, but regardless of the potential you have, your fighting style is only going to get to a certain point. You got to get to the 3 basic schools, which apparently of battling, fighting, or whatever, there are 3 important schools. And the school that Oliver apparently is a master or expert, however you want to say of, it's a more defensive style. And it apparently does its job. He absolutely schooled Rossi. It was so good. But I definitely want to make note of what is happening here, because she actually spilled some information and we had a little cute moment and kind of her saying, she basically said, in order for you to be your strong self again, if you must kill me, which is crazy, if you gotta kill me in order for you to get that bloodlust again, just strike me down. And then Oliver played it off like, I'm not gonna use you, and you are feeling a little flush, and she gets embarrassed and stuff. And it's actually a really cutesy moment, and I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. But the information she shared was very important, and it definitely will be important for the future, because he's got to battle these teachers, and we need this boy to actually, he needs to be a soldier. He's got to get back to 100%, because these teachers are going to give no qualms about him being a student once he's like, I'm trying to kill you. Teachers are like, student or not, okay, let's go down. So I'm looking forward to the future fights. Now, there was an interesting moment here in the middle of the actual anime which was actually a very needed moment. Oliver had the chance to sit down with his sibling cousins. I'm just gonna say siblings, because technically we know that they're cousins, yet they treat each other like siblings. So it's like, okay, it's fine, it is what it is. He actually got a chance to sit down, talk with them, have tea, and with their conversation of actually they're sitting down and thinking things through, the older brother was able to kind of help Oliver in his resolve when he's talking about Nanao, and how he was, honestly, from the outside looking in, it seemed like Oliver was starting to understand that he might be having feelings for Nanao, but that might manifest in the future. But the good thing is the older brother is trying to direct his path and be like, you know what, if she is this powerful and you just kind of sit there and you're watching her, that's okay. That's perfectly fine for you to feel that way. But, we got a goal to do. And also there was a very interesting moment where Oliver ran into the woman that several episodes tried to kill them, and how she birthed magic from her belly button. Yeah, that was crazy. But we actually started to see, they tried to plant the seeds of the past between Oliver's siblings and the woman that we at first had seen, oh man, she's a threat. She basically lives in the labyrinth. She might not be as bad as we thought she might be. There's got to be more to this in the future. And like I said, I believe they utilize this moment to plant the seeds so that you as the viewer can be like, huh, maybe she's not as bad as we thought. Or because they even said that she was lonely. Does this look like she's lonely? I mean, I guess it kind of does, right? If she's trying to make the moves on Oliver. But it's very interesting that we get a little bit more of a glimpse into her personality, which makes me believe that, like I said last week, the scope of this anime is huge and how it's really going into each character. Like, this girl may not appear or may not be important for, I don't know, even to next season or in the future. But the fact that we have the little seeds planted to where maybe she's not as bad as we thought, maybe she can even become an ally in the future. Man, like I said, each and every episode amazes me. And each and every time, I feel like I can spend almost an hour breaking down every 30-minute episode, because so much happens that I look at, I'm like, man, there's just so much I could talk about, and I can't really talk about everything here, but it's just such a good anime, and I see how good it is. And I look forward to each and every episode because it just keeps knocking them out of the park every single time. Regardless, tell me what you guys think, because you already know what I think, but tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing, because we'll definitely continue to go over this one and several others in the channel from here on out. You guys be safe. Take care, and Lord willing, I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.